Hey guys, Cedartree here, and welcome back to another Tower Defense X video. Right, so this is also a post voice recording after the video was recorded. I usually record my gameplays at night, and then during the day when I get home from work, I record my voiceovers and then upload these videos normally in the evening. I'm trying to find like a schedule to where I get back these videos to the morning, but it's gonna be tough considering that this week I'm doing full days at the moment. So, I think once I get the rhythm of this full-time work and can figure out a schedule, then I'll start uploading it again in the mornings. Anyways, let's get down to business here. I was in a lobby the other day, and there's these few people who asked me to help them get their win in Christmas Nightmare. Now, first of all, Christmas Nightmare came out in December or January, stuff like around there. And so to hear that in July was kind of weird, but I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I beat my attempt at Christmas Nightmare in January, and it was one of the most hardest modes for me, man, because I don't know what was up with it, man. Like you need like a strategy to defeat it and everything. So because of how hard it was, I was like, you know what, you guys are right. I gotta help you guys out. And I didn't want them to go through that nightmare alone without beating it, so I'm like, okay, here I go. So, with the recent updates that came out, Chris's Nightmare should be ultimately pretty easy. And you'll see in the future of this video that we have Armored Factory, and the Armored Factory carried us through this whole gameplay. And the Armored Factory, goes from like wave 15. Like, bro, you need Armored Factory in Chris's Nightmare because when it gets to those gift box zombies and those coal zombies and all that stuff, it gets too fast for your like laser gunners and everything like that. Like the mob is too much. So with the Armor Factory, I'll go ahead and do work with all these zombies. It's when it gets to the later waves that you'll need like a juggernaut or railgunner or whatever. But yeah, thanks to these new towers that I recently released, this mode was far more easier than ever before. I think the carrier back then was artillery or railgunner. And the strategy for Chris's Nightmare at the time too was just, oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. It took me like 15 tries or something. I really wish I posted my fails as well, but it's whatever. The thing that's gonna really carry us in the Chris's Nightmare these days are the power-ups especially. You get to wave 10 and the swarm is just so much. Like, you see so many Christmas walls, you see so many snowmen making a run for it, and you have so many more zombies breaking loose and trying to get to your base and everything. So the power-ups came in clutch. I think I used it in this clip because they're not getting through. And if you notice, my cash is raising tremendously, especially when the tanky zombies come in, like we're about wave 11, because bro, it's just going to work on the super naughties, and then that's how we're able to do the upgrades fast, as well as get down the other towers like the Juggernaut. Now, when it gets to the later waves, you're gonna be swarmed, so it's best that you all bring Juggernauts and just spam place them all, because the boss, it's just ridiculous. So, you know, right now it's just a grind, but in the later waves, you gotta just spam place Juggernauts and all that kind of stuff. I mean, from my experience anyways. If you guys had different plans and all that stuff, you know, let me know, because we all had different experiences in Christmas Nightmare. I got 2 Discord guys, and we had a plan which we followed. I dimmed the railgun strat. Someone had artillery. You know, if you guys found a different strategy, nice. You know, at the end of the day, we all beat the mode, you know, and we had to use every skill that we had. around wave 18, you'll notice that there's a predator in the mix. And this guy, dude, this guy just threw me off so much because you can see it's like shooting and everything, and it's freezing my towers. So it freezes the towers and all that stuff, and it allows all these other zombies like the super naughties get far ahead. You know, at this point we have a level 5 barracks with flamethrowers and everything, so it's not too much of a problem. If you guys didn't place bait, or the predator was just too much at the time with no armored factories or anything like that, you guys would have been in huge trouble. Now wave 19 comes in, there's like, I don't know, 2-3 predators, and then Nightmare Exo Santa comes in. Alright, and I know this guy clones himself, and I know we're in a state where we're just not gonna be able to beat him around this area. He's just gonna get very far and we might lose. So, you know, I look at my power-ups, I have a backup plan. Don't worry guys, I have MOAB in my pocket, man. You know, Moab, we gotta handle that. So I'm looking at this guy, I go for the power-up, place it there, alright? I'm not dealing with this today. And about a second later, come on, skadoosh. Yeah, there we go. Now this is gonna be very easy to do. So, you know, you think we're safe here, right? We got so many juggernauts now. Everybody knows what they're doing. Now all of a sudden, as we're being the nightmare, this little zombie guy, he's gonna come out all of a sudden and he's gonna make it very far. I think this is the multiplier thing. There he is. He's there. Like, he's going through everything. He's going through all the tanks and everything like that. And I'm like, bro, we might actually lose here. So I place that on Juggernaut right there. And I bring the max power. And I think that was just enough to get that multiplier out. I kept that there in case if it decided to spawn in more multipliers. I see predators up here going to work, and they're freezing my railgunners as usual. But you know, that's the end of the round. You got Juggernauts going to work on the last predator. There it is, victory.